I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be was good. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your main man, Uncle Freezy. Get that energy up. Was good. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go. Let's go. Get that morning energy up. Let's go. What's good, party people in the place to be, man? This is the number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good? I see y'all. Okay. Miss Geraldine is in the building. JJ, what's good? Darren Wayne, what's good? Harlem Girl is in the building. Bodega, what's good? Hoops and Breach, was good? G. Robinson, was good? Happy Friday. Mr. Vince is in the building. King Ant G, what's good? Eddie F, what's good? Soul Finger, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good mornings. Yo, y'all know how we start. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange tears. Bim. Let's go. Let's get it. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some lube and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Bodega Wi-Fi says, Barnes says, did you read the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Excel? No, I didn't. What is that? DSJ says, sell the team, man. Danny Landis is in the building. Man, I got too much. I got like all this weird energy going on, man. Why I got all this weird energy going on, man? I'm excited to see y'all. I'm excited to see y'all. What's good? Man, I got all this energy, man. I'm excited to see y'all. What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's good? I'm waiting for a thing. Yo, I trust Bodega, so I'm trying to click on this article Bodega put out. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out Bodega what. Oh no, man. Nah, I didn't see. Nah, man, I didn't read that, man. I gotta read this. What? Nah, that ain't true. That ain't. I don't know, Bodega. Hey, I don't know. That's not the way I heard the story when it was going on. That's not the way I heard it. That's not the way. Nah, I don't know. That ain't the way. That ain't the way I heard that, man. When the thing was going on, it was something different. It was something different. Bo Ismail's in the building. JJ, Chef NYK was good. Calm is in the building. Was good. I gotta read this article. It looked like a dope article, man. When did this article come out, though? Let me see. When did this article? January? Wow. I gotta read this article, man. I gotta read this. Maybe we can do a Patreon breakdown of this article. Maybe we could do a Patreon breakdown of this article, man. What's good, everybody? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. DSA talk. I gotta keep what DSA saying. I gotta keep my energy for work tonight. Nah, man. Energy cannot be something. Isaac Newton said that. Something about energy. But man, get that energy up. Let's go. Let's go. Get that energy up, man. We ain't saving energy for nothing. You can't save energy. King Pappy was good. King Poppy in the building was good. Joe Madden was good. Joe Madden says solo shows now. I don't know. What we talking about? Kareem is a league stooge now. He may be. I don't know. I don't remember that story being like that. The whole Kareem story, man. I do not remember it like that, bro. I remember Kareem was set on coming to the Knicks, and the Knicks was ready. Oh, I just got hit up by the missus. Okay. So maybe I got a text message. I think I'm scaring the puppy. I think I may have more energy than a 5-month-old puppy. I think the puppy is nervous. Then I'm like, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some lube and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Kerry Cox is in the building. Knicks fans, stand up. Hey, King Poppy, no doubt, bro. We here to rock. We here to rock. We are here to rock. Everybody. Everybody, put them hands up. Let's go. Get that energy up. Get that energy up. I'm operating off of like 2.5 hours of sleep. I'm ready to rock and roll. I slept like a baby for like 2.5 hours. I'm ready to rock and roll, y'all. I ain't slept that good in a long time. That's like 2.5 hours back to back, straight through. Slept like a baby. I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel good, man. I feel good. Y'all smash that like button. And if it's your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, man. Smash that like button. Right? I got a goal now that I want to get to from now on, man. We have yo -2 Trill says don't crash now. I'm good. I'm good, man. Working from the crib. So I'm always in this space. The major decision for the day is what color to go with in this room. Y'all see that blue that's on the wall? I'm disappointed with the way that it looks on camera. I'm disappointed with the way that it looks on camera. So my major decision for the weekend is what color to go with. No, Danny, no. Don't tell me you got a fractured rib. Come on, bro. Shout out to Subliminal 209 with the dope show last night. Good conversation. Yeah, man. What's good, y'all? So here's the thing. I want to talk about y'all. I want to talk to y'all about some stuff, man. I want to talk to y'all about some stuff. Subliminal 209 are doing a show tomorrow. We had a discussion, and I think I don't want to let the cat out of the bag about that show, but while we here, we may as well talk about it. We may as well talk about it some here. And what we'll do is just have it be an ongoing dialogue. Right? Yo, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Can this Knicks coaching staff get a talented roster to a championship? So even if you do go get the pieces, say you do go get a Donovan Mitchell, say Jalen Brunson is the guy you think he is, say Julius Randle does get back to what Julius Randle can possibly be, RJ Barrett does take that next step. Is that can the coaching staff live up to their end of the bargain? I'm gonna speak to that for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Right? And listen, this is the thing I want to ask you. With Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson, can Mitchell Robinson be that 13-10 guy? Defensive Player of the Year candidate? Can Mitchell Robinson be that? Is Mitchell Robinson ready to take that step? I want to look at Rudy Gobert's numbers, and I'm gonna put Rudy Gobert's numbers on the screen. And our source, as usual, is Basketball Reference. You know what? Basketball Reference looks funny. Let me use ESPN. Rudy Gobert X ESPN NBA. I'm gonna put Rudy Gobert's numbers up on the screen, and I want y'all to help me navigate this. Hey y'all, can Mitchell Robinson be this? Can Mitchell Robinson be this? Nick G in the building. Nick G is chilling. Drip more. William Turnbull is in the building. Lamar Jackson was good with you. G Robinson was good. Yo, these are Rudy Gobert's. Let me get all of them on the screen. I'm gonna try to get all of it on the screen. These are Rudy Gobert's career numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons. 9 seasons of Rudy Gobert numbers. Hardwell was good. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, man. I threw the link in the chat. I know Soulfinger ain't got time for the brother no more. Soulfinger be busy. Bodega says, even though those official dad, he's gonna continue to put food in the tank, you have to increase the bacteria growth so you can say. Okay. Okay, I do that. I have no idea, bro. I'm still learning. I'm learning. Okay. Man, they say Hard Willers in the building. Okay. Eddie was good. Eddie was like, yo, man, do you ever sleep? Yeah, man, I told you, Eddie, I slept like 2.5 hours straight back to back. I mean, come on, bro. What you want me to do? Sleep my life away, Eddie? I slept 2.5 hours on a recliner in front of ESPN, bro. And I woke up like, I woke up like, oh my God, I just slept 2 whole hours back to back. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's like, bro, I slept like 2 hours back to back watching listening to ESPN highlights, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I got to get back on my push-up regimen too. I got to get my push-up regimen back on track. I gotta get my push-up regimen back on track. But look, this is not about me and sleep. This is about Rudy Gobert and the potential for Mitchell Robinson to take the next step in his development. Right? Because I noticed we've been all over the place. We've been talking about Donovan Mitchell and Tibbs and what happens if Tibbs can't do such and such and blah, 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 blah. I want to talk about other stuff too. I want to be all encompassing with the total Knicks conversation, right? I want to talk about everything Knicks related, right? And part of everything Knicks related is Mitchell Robinson's development. Right? Part of everything Knicks related is Mitchell Robinson's development. The first thing I want you to look at is not the rebound numbers. Right? Don't look at the rebound numbers. The rebound numbers are going to be the rebound numbers. Either you're a rebounder or you're not. Right? The first thing I want you guys to look at is Rudy Gobert's free throw percentage. Right? Last season, Rudy Gobert as a big almost shot 70% from the free throw line. Oh, boy. Hold on, man. I ain't played this in a long time. Soul Fanger! What's good, boss man?
What's happening, Unc? What's happening, my man?
Oh, man, I love you, boss. I miss you, man. Where you been? Somebody told me you hit the number or something.
No, man, I wish. I've been getting my Mike Jackson on, working day and night. Yeah. Yeah, so I moved to a new department, so I've been actually getting a little more work in and stuff. So, and now we're picking up with baby girl. She's been doing the strength and conditioning. Now we're back. We had a dead period, but she's been strength and conditioning and stuff. So now we're back in the courts, and then I got her in camp, and then I got a league coming up next month to get her going. So I just been busy that, and then hey, I had to put on my brain mouth filter. I was about to say something. I would just say my very slow special behind got out there on the court calling stuff, messing around and got my knee swole up, man. Got fluid all on this joke.
Oh, God dog it.
Man, that's what I get. I know, because I still got a couple of tears on this joker. But that, and then I've been, you and Chuck with on vibes and stuff. We talking about healthy lifestyles. So I had to get back. I'm back on it. So I'm back on my clean eating, back in there working out. So I got to shed these LBSs I put on to get myself back right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I found a little game that I play to keep me interested during like the live stream, because what happens is when you do the live stream, some of the fans are so passionate they want to talk about a certain topic until the cows come home, and I don't blame them for that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't blame them for that. But for me, I hear the topic 3 times a day, 7 days a week. So I'm hearing that same topic
It goes
21,
Charlie Brown on you.
yeah, 21 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm hearing the same topic 63 hours a week. So I'm like,
Oh
let
no,
me
I can
play.
dig. Hey, I
Let
can
me
dig
play
it.
a little. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I'll tell you
man.
this though. Hey, I see what you're saying about this whole Rudy and Mitch. You know, I'll say this: the one thing Rudy had that Mitch hasn't had was a point guard to get him the ball in certain situations. Because I mean, you know, we know
Right.
Rudy gets a lot of lobs and stuff, and yeah, he's a defender. But to have better the players he had around him helps him out a lot. Mitch hasn't had that luxury.
Right.
Really, you know, not until he really hadn't had that luxury. He had a few. He had the one season where he actually broke Wilt Chamberlain's record.
Right.
You know, but after that, and then with the injuries, the nagging injuries here and there. But I think with Brunson, we're gonna see a whole different thing. Brunson's going, and I'm not saying Brunson. Hear me out. I'm not saying Brunson's the savior of New York. I'm not
He
saying that.
is. He the savior in New York, bro.
But I'm gonna say this: he's something we haven't had since Jesus was a baby,
Right.
and that's a
Right.
point guard.
The Immaculate Conception. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. That's
Yep.
what it is, man. So
Nah, man. I
I'm
feel
looking.
you.
I'm just looking for some improvement. I am. But right now, I just been kind of just sitting back, just watching all this drama unfold, man. With everything that's going on with the up and the seesaw. Well, I was a roller coaster thing with Donovan. You're up and down. Now it's really down. Now you got this whole thing going on because I didn't get a chance to read the article with Grimes talking about he could be the sticking point on this. But let's see what we got. Let's until that happens, let's look at the players we got, who we got coming in, who we definitely know we got coming in, and see what kind of improvement we're gonna get, or what possible improvement we can get with them.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. It's to me, I don't even think it's that. One of the points that I brought up this morning is can this coaching staff with an improved roster take this franchise to the next step, to the place to elevate this franchise.
Now that's
right.
the $1 million question right there, Freeze.
And here's how, because it's dependent on multiple things, right? Depending on multiple things. Can the coaching staff keep the roster healthy?
Yeah.
Right? Can the coaching staff rotate these players in and out where they stay engaged for an 82-game schedule? Because everybody's going to play hard in the playoffs.
True.
Right? But it's the 82-game schedule that gets you
that
there.
grind like
right.
you were talking about yesterday. It's a grind.
Right. And here's the other part. Here's the other part to it too. Right? Here's the other part to it too also. Right? Can Tom Thibodeau's coaching staff coach this team to a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense? Right? And you need both in order to be a serious title contender.
And
right?
those
You
are
need
all
both
facts right there.
to be a serious title contender, man. The whole thing about the whole thing about Tibbs offense and this and that, and the Spanish pick and roll, the high pick and roll rate, the 3-point percentage, all that stuff don't mean diddly poo, right? If you can't operate an offense and defense consistently, my frustration with Tibbs is not that he doesn't coach good defense, it's that he doesn't coach good defense out the gate.
Yeah. It picks up as the season goes. If that makes sense.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, man. These headphones just flopped around on my head.
I was saying that his defense, which you was just picking, just following up on what you were saying, that the defense he runs, it picks up as the season goes. It gets strong. He doesn't. Better. Yeah, it gets better. He doesn't. It doesn't. It's not like it comes out and it's like, okay, solid, and it builds from there. It comes out, you're like, man, what is this? Is too loose. And and so you have a bunch of what are you doing? So by the 25th, 30th game, then you start saying, okay, starting to look solid. Right. But then when you 40 games in, you're like, okay, you solid, and then it goes from there. Really, it clamps up. But also you got to look at the players. Do we have the right players to run that defense? I think that is also the problem as well. But it goes to something else that we all do, that we all know, and one thing that we all know about Tibbs, he's so stubborn. Is he willing to change up certain things when it comes to situations?
Right.
Because he does lock in on that. I'm not going to take anything from him defensively because the man is a defensive.
He's a great coach. He's a great coach.
Yeah. It's just always been the question of his offense. And that's just been, talking heads and just people, just in general, it's always been that little question mark that he hasn't come out with that And I don't have the stats to go back and research anything right now because I'm not privy to get on the I'm actually working and talking to you since I work from home. I'm working from home today. But to look at his numbers to see where does he stand offensively, or where has he stood offensively, or the highest offensive rated team he had. I would think the highest team, the offensive team he had was that Derrick Rose era in Chicago when you had Lou Deng and all those cats. Because they did put up, they were defensive. They were known more so for defense, or maybe when they had little Nate with them, because Nate was getting out there getting buckets when he had to.
He ain't playing no defense though.
Yeah, and that was the thing. So I think a lot of it is you got to look at the players as well that we have on the team to go along with his scheme and his fit or what he wants to do. My only gripe on one of my biggest problems with Tibbs, Freeze, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I have no problem just if you present it to me and I can learn from it. I don't like he plays players so long. And I know you got to be in shape. I just think there's certain players you don't need to, even if you're a star player, they're going to get their minutes. But we're talking about excessive amount of minutes, man. If you got a blowout, why are you leaving your stars in? You know what I'm saying? Right. Sit them down, get them to rest, get your other guys in. That's the problem I have. That's just me, my thing. Because I think back to the RJ, when RJ got injured, you left him in that game all that time, left him in, it was a blowout. Pull him out, put Grimes in, all those other cats. So that's just me, because you saving them. I like I said, you get the W, get that rest. Anytime you get rest on the road or in the season, you should take full advantage of that rest. Come on, Freeze. When you were in uniform, you were out in the field, and you finished doing whatever you had to do. You can't tell me you didn't find shade under that 7-ton or that Humvee and got you a quick nap in.
Right. Yeah. Well, when I was in, we had 5 tons of deuce and a halves. Yeah. And that's what. Yeah. And so the point that I'm getting at is and so I got two things open at once. Can Tibbs's coaching staff get a improved roster to contention and keep them there? Right? Because we know Tibbs can get a team to the playoffs in New York. He did it already. Mm-hmm. So that's not even a question. Right? That's not even a question, right? Right?
True.
But the thing is that I'm getting at is, can he get us to contention and keep us there?
Yeah, not a 1 year and then you had a great year and then you fall off for 3 years. We want consistency. Right.
I mean, Kenny Atkinson can do that. Kenny Atkinson got Brooklyn to the playoffs 1 year, and after that, it was garbage. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is this. What I'm getting at is this. Can they, over an 82-game schedule, keep everybody healthy and engaged and provide a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense, right? Can they do all these things and then get us to the playoffs where the players can take over, right? That's one thing to think about, right? The other thing to think about this morning, guys and gals, is the development of our young players. I know y'all want to talk Donovan Mitchell till the cows come home. And frankly, me too. Right? Frankly, me too. Right? But at the end of the day, we have to start looking at other stuff that contributes to success. Because just going out and getting Donovan Mitchell is not going to win us an LOB.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Not just that. Right? Can Mitchell Robinson improve? Chat, tell me where you think Mitchell Robinson, tell me Mitchell Robinson's improvement area. Tell me where Mitchell Robinson needs to improve the most. Right?
I know a lot of people want to see him take at least a mid-range, man.
Yeah.
A little mid, see him do something like that, see him improve offensively. I mean, well, you're looking at offensively and the injury, his injury bug, if you want to say. But the thing is I would say this: Mitch has had a lot of fluke, just weird injuries. You know what I'm saying? Just weird stuff just happened. It's like he before he got to the game, he had that black cat with a broken leg, kind of walked by his ride or whatever, and he goes in and something happens. Just always something weird.
It's always something, right? Right.
But when he's on the floor, he's a factor on the floor defensively. You just like to see him add some offensive repertoire, some little go-to move in his bag, instead of waiting for the lob. That's what I know a lot of folk want to see that. I don't really care if he shoots a three, but I like to see him do a little mid-range, little 7 to 10 foot something to pull out the other center to open it up.
Right.
I don't care about the three. Just give me a little mid-range action, man. A little post move, something. Something with a little, take a little old school to an extent, because I think with the love of the three, people forgot about, besides DeMar DeRozan, who's you look at the poster person of mid-range and stuff like that, but bring back some post moves, man. And I know it's hard to say this, you don't play that way at times, but a lot of times you playing these teams that stretching the floor, just got it all open, and you got an unforgotten man like Mitch. If he could just hit him a little mid-range, or you could dump the ball to him and he can go get you a bucket, that'll open up some things. Not worried about him defensively, but I like to see a little mid-range and at least a little hook shot, something else instead of just a lob. That's just me.
Right. You know what I would like to see from Mitch, and I'm going to put Mitch's numbers on the screen, right? I'm going to put Mitch's numbers on the screen too. So you saw Rudy Gobert's numbers. The thing I want you guys to look at specifically is Rudy Gobert's career free throw percentage, 63.8, right? Last year he shot 69%, right? Last year, Rudy Gobert took 6.7 free throws a game, the highest number of his career. The dude basically shot 7 free throws a game, right? Basically. Right? He shot 7 free throws a game and shot just around 70%. Right? Now, I'm going to show you Mitchell Robinson's number. And I'm not putting people on blast, but I am. These are Mitchell Robinson's numbers. Mitchell Robinson is a career 54% free throw shooter, right? And he doesn't go to the line. How are you a big that never goes to the line?
Because you don't get him the ball, because he gets his balls, he gets his points off putbacks with the occasional lob. And we all know that we haven't had a point guard to really get him the ball. I mean, you had Derrick Rose, because he's a point guard, but when often did they play together? For one. Elfrid Payton would lob him one when he was there. That was the only person we had. But other than that, he's never really had anybody, and that's a stretch. I know that's a stretch, especially when I say EP, F on the shelf. So that's not a good look when you pull up the stats like that, Freeze. You a big man.
Yeah.
You're a big man. That's not a good look.
No, none of these numbers. These numbers, chat. This is the type of stuff like when y'all be like legit chat. I'm not knocking nobody, right? But when we sit up here and be like, man, Julius Randle body language, RJ Barrett ain't athletic, Tom Thibodeau rotations, we say all this stuff, right? And then numbers like this is history. What you're looking at is facts. What you're looking at is facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mitchell Robinson shoots 54% from the free throw line, right? Right? And in a career year, he shot 2.5 free throws a game, right? That's telling you guys that Mitchell Robinson is not a factor on offense. And we've been saying this for years now, and none of this stuff is improved.
Well, I look at it like this. Like I said, I put it back. We don't have, you take Mitch. He never went. He didn't go to college. He sat out and got him in the second round the way we got him. But he's never had a point guard to help. You got to look at some of these other bigs that, the other big men that actually had a point guard. If you take Chris Paul, everywhere he's gone, their big men have gotten better.
Right.
Look at, with the exception of the Joker and Embiid, we're not going to even talk about that. Those exceptions to the rule, they on a whole nother stratosphere, a whole nother planet, universe. But Mitch needs somebody to get him the ball. And, and like I said, I know in this day and age, the way the game is played a lot, it's more of shooting and all like that, more 3-pointers and stuff like that. But then you do have some bigs that can actually turn around and give you a little pooch shot or something. As much as I knocked on Nerlens Noel, he did have, his hands, when he did catch the ball, he did have that little pooch shot down there if you could get him the ball in there. But it seems to me, it's and like I said, I could be if I'm looking at it wrong, oh well, it is, but it seems to me a lot of times they would actually try to get him the ball more than they ever did Mitch.
Right.
At times, but
and
he just
Nerlens
couldn't hold on to the ball.
Catch.
Yeah, he can't catch, man. He got hands like skillets.
Yeah.
So I would like to see. So I would like to see improvement. But this is going to be on the coaching staff. You got to work with with a player like that, man. You got to work with that, man. But I'm looking at, like I said, I said it once. I'm gonna keep saying it. I do believe Bronson is going to be, not calling him the savior, but he's a big factor and a big piece that we missed that's going to help this team. Because we all know, so you need a point guard. Some say you don't need a point guard. You got this person, but your power forward, and you put up the stat on that, Freeze, that your power forward was lead the team in assists.
In assists, yep.
So, and they're not getting the ball in there. So you got to get him, and, you get him that ball down in there and let him go up or whatever. But like I said, you're not a big man not going to the line. It's not a good thing, and maybe I'm looking at it the very, very old school way. But, I like the play of bigs, and I like to see your big man go down and dominate in the paint. Well, you get the rebound, you can put it back up, or you can pull out and just hit a little midi or something if he has to be pulled out in that little no man's land, so to say. And I just think with Mitch, they would bag off of him and dare him to shoot because he's never done it.
So the two things the reason why I wanted to the reason why I put up Rudy Gobert's number and Mitchell Robinson's numbers is for a couple reasons, right? Reason number one, is if Donovan Mitchell comes, I think Donovan Mitchell has an impact on Mitchell Robinson like he did Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, he's going to impact the whole team.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Mitch has been in the league for 4 years.
Yeah. Four,
and has started, and out of a potential 328 games, I believe, he's only been available 230. Right?
Because he had the one season where he was out.
Yeah.
He played at the beginning. He was out. Yeah. That was it the foot? Yeah, the foot injury.
Right. Two, Mitchell Robinson's minutes per game are depressing. Mitchell Robinson needs to stay on the floor. Mitchell Robinson has to get in shape. Right? Mitch has to get in shape and be a factor. Because for $15 million a year, we can't have a dude averaging 8 and 8 or 9 and 9.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say, but the thing is, as much as we say because Randall's more of a defensive rebounder, and was it? Yeah, Mitch is better. I'm getting them mixed up. I'm having a senior moment because I'm doing like 3 things at once. But Randall and Mitch, and I know I'm about to get blasted by the folk that hate Randall because you say his name, people start flipping tables and throwing chairs. But we got to give Randall his props on his rebounding, along with Mitch. They do work together rebounding on each side of the floor, so it kind of complements one another. Just number wise, you got one that does it. Randall's a better defensive rebounder, and you got Mitch on the offensive boards. He's better, but the whole overall thing is he's still he's been in the league. He's still raw, and nothing against him because I like Mitch. I really do. I like that defense, man. The ground he covered. You're right. He got to get himself back, get himself in some really good shape. We saw last season when he came back as big as he was, it was hard for people to move him, but he was winded. He didn't have the shape. He played himself in the shape as the season went on. We saw his game get better. He was able to move around a lot better. So he's got to come in with that come in good shape, and we just see where it goes. I really think again with Bronson is going to be a key, and if you do get Spider, that's going to help. That's going to help Mitch even more, because I really don't compare. I just compare Mitch to Mitch. There's nobody I can compare him to in the league. You kind of want to base him against other centers, but his style is the way he plays is different from everybody else. There's no real, I guess the closest thing you can compare it to is Rudy Gobert because Rudy Gobert is more of a defensive center. He's known as a defensive player. So it's just that Mitch. I just think Mitch hasn't been properly coached up right.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at Mitchell Robinson's numbers in chat. What you're looking at right now is Mitchell Robinson's numbers for his career. Last year, he took more shots per game. Not. I'm talking about the playoff year. The playoff year, he took more shots per game. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, that number went down. The Big 15 year, he played more minutes per game. Last year, his minutes went down. Right? The Big 15 year, he shot 49% from the free throw line. Last year, those numbers went down. Right? What I'm saying to you is that Mitchell Robinson is a liability. Right? Mitchell Robinson is a liability.
Are you saying a liability all around, or is a liability just offensively?
I was just about to. I'm glad you teed me up. I'm glad you teed me up because it's more than that. It's more than that. It's Mitchell Robinson offensively is a liability, right? Mitchell Robinson, in my opinion, defensively is a liability, right? And on top of that, Mitchell Robinson right now contractually is a liability. Do I love Mitch? Yes. Do I love Mitch? Yes. Right? But defensively, he is a liability. And here's why. Before we jump out the window and say, oh, Uncle Freezy crazy. Look, here we go. Look, hey, Soul Figure, look, already, KBL throwing tomatoes at himself. KBL throwing tomatoes at himself. KBL, don't throw tomatoes at yourself, because once I make this point, you're gonna be like, yo, Uncle Freezy, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry for throwing tomatoes all over the place, man. Let me clean this mess up. Right? Here is why Mitchell Robinson is a liability defensively. Right? Because late in games, in fourth quarters, when we need defensive stoppers on the floor, we can't play him because he can't shoot free throws.
I knew you was going. I knew. Hey, look, you know you're wrong for that, because I saw that. That was a big old meatball you threw up. You know, was just thrown up in the air. But it's right there.
It's obvious, right? It's obvious, right? Why would I have to point that out?
And you know, this is the other part to it as well, and just not off the off point. And this is not me just throwing hate; it's just proven fact, proven. It's about another player on our team, and there's one player that we say gets overlooked or gets babied or whatever. Same with RJ, because you know if you put RJ on the floor, he may get a stop, but if he gets to that line, hey, it's like Russian roulette with it, man. No pun intended, or whatever. You know, he goes to that line, you sitting there, hey, you puck it to the pucker factor's time 100.
Right.
In the time, and you know, like I said, just real, you know, and I'll get back. I'm not trying to hijack it, but the time we needed him to be RJ and miss a free throw, that joker hit the free throw. Right. So he went opposite. Just something to think about. But no, I understand what you're saying. You're the big that can play defense, but then what you need, but you can't put him on the floor because he gonna blow the. You need the free throws. It's the old adage of
It's the catch-22.
Yes, it is.
Mitchell Robinson plays good enough defense to keep us in games, but when we need to close out games, we can't play him. When we need somebody to step up defensively, one of your best defensive players is on the bench. Hey, Chris, what's good, bro? What's good? When you need Mitch, he is not available. And what we call that is a liability.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's just what it is. It is a liability. You looking at it like, man, if you can just hit, just give me a free throw. Just give me one.
If you can, if all Mitchell Robinson has to do is not be a target late in fourth quarters, right? Mitch, don't be a target in fourth quarters where teams are like, I know Randall got the ball, but blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, you know, like I said, I like Mitch. I really do. But that, you know, the free throws are a factor, man. Like I said, you know, you and I talked off, you know, we talked off screen, had conversations about it. And, you know, that was one of the things I always talked about with the team. Free throws, man. How many
Right.
games we lost because of free throws, man?
Because of games become tight games because we, and I mean Knicks. I don't mean we like the French word for what does we mean? And yes.
Yes.
I don't mean yes in French. I mean we as a group of people can't hit free throws late in games now or in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now these leads that we have, they foul us. We go to the line, we miss, we foul them, they go to the line and make, and all of a sudden a 13-point lead is now a 6-point lead. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's time to point out the culprits. It's time to point out the culprits. Hey, Canal Banlaya, man, come in here and clean up these tomatoes you was throwing, bro. Come in here and clean up these tomatoes you've been throwing around, man. Because me saying Mitchell Robinson is a defensive liability is not because he can't play D. Mitchell Robinson last year had a 106 defensive rating. That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
But for an NBA starter that only plays 25 minutes, what
good.
NBA starters, what impact players only play 25 minutes a game? Chat, what NBA starter? Think about this. We're saying that Tibbs plays guys too much, yet he plays Mitch too little.
And you know the other thing, Freezy? You don't have Taj anymore to try to see. And I know people say, oh, Taj, he can't, whatever. Taj he's go soak in ice and rub down in Bengay and drink Geritol, whatever. Taj. But not having him, you're gonna you don't have that cushion. Because we got Hartenstein and we also got Sims. Sims is still raw, but we've seen some improvement, seen some things from him. But it's gonna be I think it's gonna be more of a pivotal year for Mitch. I think with Hartenstein, it can change up some things, and you've seen with Sims the possibility. You get real hopeful. I'm not gonna jump off a bridge behind what I saw in Summer League with Sims, but it put me in a really good, pleasant mood to see that you can see development coming with him. It's time for hopefully Mitch. We can see something different from Mitch because Freezy, how Mitch did two things we seen him do dribble it between his legs, and then he actually tried to take it to the rack in a game. That's the first time we ever seen him do anything like that in the league, and that was like the talk right there. It was like he damn near, you might as well have flushed it on a whole team. Right. Or if he shot a 3 and hit it, I mean, just saying, it was like mind boggling. It was like, well, you can see something is there. So
well, I just want to stay on Mitch just for a second, bro. I just want to stay on Mitch. I want to stay on Mitch for a little while because what happens is the hidden ball trick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Knicks fans don't understand or won't process what it is that I'm saying about Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson has a 106 defensive rating. Him and Grimes are excellent defenders, right?
Yep.
Excellent defenders, right? But both are liabilities defensively. Why is Grimes a liability defensively? Because when we need his defense, we can't play him because Grimes in games is a poor free throw shooter. And don't tell me Grimes is a good shooter. Don't tell me Grimes is a good shooter. Don't tell me Grimes is a good free throw shooter when we know the kid shoots 68% from the free throw line. When we need Grimes on the floor late in games, we can't play him because for a guard, he shoots 68% from the free throw line. Don't tell me this kid is a good free throw shooter. Right?
See, well, hey.
Oh, here go Rob the Nick. Here go Rob the Nick in here crying. OG, don't do that crying. Facts are facts. This is data. This is data right here. This is not, I didn't correlate. I didn't make up a subject, correlate 5 or 6 different things. I didn't do that this time. This time, I have on the screen empirical data. You can't argue the fact that Mitchell Robinson is a liability when we have 4 years, 4 seasons of free throw data. OG, come on. OG, come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. We have 4 years of free throw data right here in front of your face. Hey, bitch. Is that a coffee? Thank you. Ms. Mocha said I need to get my energy up, so she bought me a coffee.
Oh, hey, so you in the ring? Hey, you in the ring? Got the towel on? Got the bucket? Hey, put a little Vaseline on you, on that champ.
Hold on. I'm getting fussed at. Hold on.
Oh.
I need to get my energy up. Basically, the subject of that conversation is get your energy up.
Hey, you seen it first on Blorange Tears when Uncle Freeman had to get checked, had to get in there. His manager had to get him right.
Yeah, get your energy up, you slacker. So here's the thing that I'm getting at, Soulfinger. Hey, if Mitchell Robinson was more impactful offensively and not a target offensively, when he catch the ball, they just go foul him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what kind of play Tom Thibodeau has drawn up, but if Mitchell Robinson touched the ball, foul him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm glad. See, I caught what I knew. Hey, I was picking up what you were putting down when you came back and addressed it that way. That opens up for more. Because you think about it, when he gets the ball, what they do? Hack him. Why you gonna hack him? Because you can't get a free throw.
Right.
That's gonna be a missed opportunity right there. It's easy, but if he's hitting free throws, guess what? You're not gonna hack him.
Right.
So now it's a problem. So now you got to play the man straight up. And if he does hit the bucket, he comes up and he baptized somebody underneath, or he can get it up off the backboard, whatever. He just makes the bucket. And now if he makes the bucket and you hack him and he hits the free throw, now you really got to figure out how to deal with this instead of playing him one dimensional.
Right.
And then you can use him in those important defensive plays when the game is tight, because now you have confidence. They foul him, he gonna make you pay. Free throws, free money, man. And they dictate the game in the beginning of the game, because like you said, if you missing them in the beginning of the game, towards the end, you're looking at all those points. If you
all them points you threw away.
Yeah, there's been times we've seen the Knicks miss like 12 and 13 free throws and lose by 6.
Right. And it's all Rob the Knick fault. I ain't played this in a long time. Let me play this real quick. What's up, brother?
Oh, man, what's up, man? Why you tripping, man? Peace to the chat. What's up, Soulfinger? Why you tripping, Freezy?
About
Why
what?
you tripping?
About what?
Hey, look at here. It's Grimes' first year. And you already
nope.
This is first. No, listen to what I'm getting ready to say. His first year in the NBA. Everybody knows.
No.
Look, no, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying
You about to
no, I'm
implement the
not.
double standard.
I'm getting ready.
You about to implement the double standard, bro.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is what I'm getting ready to say. That's his first year in the NBA getting his feet wet. Okay, get some data on his career first. The man is only scoring 6 points a game. Okay, he struggled at the free throw line. That's more concentration than anything, which in his second year would be a lot better because now he knows he has a role. That's a wait and see thing. That's a wait and see. That's not to say that he's not. He is what he is right now. Grimes was the wrong person to use. That's all I'm saying now.
No,
with Robinson, okay, you can say Robinson, but Robinson is on the other end. Yeah, he may miss a free throw in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he may, but he's going to be the one who make the defensive play to stop the other team from scoring. So it's a balancing act. Tibbs is the coach. He has to.
Nah, not from the bench. He ain't.
Hey, look at here. He ain't going to be on the bench. They're not going to bench him because he's going to be too important on the defensive end with a defensive coach. He's going to be, because with him not in the game is a guarantee to score on the other end. So I'm not looking at it like that. It's so many more positives to focus on the negative. Yes, there's limitations in this game right now. We all know that. We all know, but to say that he's a liability on defense, you bugging on one aspect of the game. Now his whole game is a liability, man. Come on, man. Get real.
That's not what. See, that's what I'm saying. See, it's the double standard. You just went into the double standard thing.
No,
I just said that Mitchell Robinson is a great defender, and I just said that Mitchell Robinson's defensive rating is 106. What I said was, what NBA starter? What impactful NBA starter only plays 25 minutes a game?
25 minutes a game is right. That's what he was playing. Let's see. This is going to be his fourth year. Let's see what he runs up to. It was foul trouble. He was injured, so they watched him last year. Okay,
this would be his fifth season.
Let's see what the hell.
Fifth season.
Yeah, but he had the foot injury, Freezy. He had the extra weight on him. They worked him in slowly. They made sure, but he still gave you 70-something games, didn't he? How many games he played?
He played a total, I want to say he played 71, 72 games because it was only those first, because he was out, like you were saying, Rob, because I spoke on that earlier. He didn't come in right off, and then he played himself into shape, and it started off slow. He started off slow because he wasn't in that shape. He was too big for what was going on because he put on.
And he only did what they asked him to do, and now they seen that it didn't work. So why he get the blame on something that they asked him to do? It didn't work. If it was up to Mitch, he would have kept his weight, which he worked himself back down to. So at the end of the day, when you put up those narratives talking about something, there's reasons for some of those things. You can't throw it all at Mitch when the whole team is missing free throws, like Mitch is the number one option. Mitch is the last one to get the ball. So when you talk about free throws and you talk about Mitch, you got to look at the whole picture. Mitch wasn't costing us games because of missed free throws down the stretch. That was more
because he wasn't in the game. Because he wasn't in the game down the stretch. But look, you know why? Because he can't hit free throws.
No, that's not the reason why he wasn't in the game. The reason why he probably wasn't in the game was because of foul trouble. Because Mitch played down the stretch of a lot of games just because the defense on the other end. Yeah, he may miss the free throw, but who's going to get you to stop on the other end? It ain't going to be Randall. It ain't going to be RJ. It ain't going to be Rose. It's going to be Mitch. Covering they man. Mitch do too many things well to dwell on one when you're talking about a defense that his defense is going to cost us. Everybody know that's where he's elite at. Yes, there's something in his defense that you can say, and it's not even in his defense, it's in his offense. But you're gonna need his defense every night.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Hold on, let me bring in Danny. Danny backstage. Hold on just for a second. Hey, happy birthday, Danny Landers. Danny Landis is in the building.
Hey,
What's
happy
good,
born day there,
Breezy?
Danny.
What's
Hey,
up,
Miguel
fellas?
P, thank you for the generous contribution. Miguel P says, can evaluate as if they are seasoned vets. Mitchell Robinson is going into his 5th season. When can you start evaluating? You can't evaluate a guy going into his 5th season. When do you start? Still Knicks fans is in the building. What's good? Hey, OG, I didn't mean to cut you off there because I understand where you're going because it's an excellent give and take in the conversation. But what I'm saying to you and to others is if you gonna play this blame game, don't do like Trey from Boys in the Hood and start punching the air and blaming Tibbs and Randall for everything. When it's plenty of blame to go around. Quentin Grimes, people like he needed more minutes. Quentin Grimes played in what is that? 46 games, average
Something
17
like that.
minutes a game. Right? He played almost as much as Obi, maybe more than Obi. Right? He shot 40% from the floor. That's terrible. He shot 68% from the free throw line. That's terrible. Right? In 17 minutes a game, he averaged 1 freaking assist from a guard. Quentin Grimes in 17 minutes got you 1 assist.
But
I know Ron from Still Knicks fans loves Grimes. He's like, Grimes is Klay Thompson Jr. I get it.
Oh
But
God.
Klay Thompson never shot 68% from the free throw line, bro.
Can I ask, because since Rob is on too, I just want to throw this out.
Rob the OG,
Yeah.
he my favorite, bro. He know he's
Yeah.
my favorite dude.
And this is one that I just want to just throw this out there because now that we have a point guard, don't you see that actually helping a player like Grimes having a Bronson, kind of pull him to the side and show him different things?
No.
What you think? What you think there, Danny?
I think it's gonna help a little bit. I would think it should.
In last and certainly not least.
No,
certainly not
Danny,
least the knowledgeable
do
OG.
you think it should, or do you hope it will?
All right, let's see. Think and hope.
Right,
Right?
because thinking it will, projecting it is one thing, but hoping it will is something else.
Exactly.
Hey Rob, what's your thoughts on that?
OG must have stepped away for a second. Bro.
I mean, because I just, you get somebody to actually pull him to the side and do more directing. And another thing is, and I didn't, I've just kind of thought about this, even with Bronson, with his pop on the line, on the coaching staff, I think that can help out players like Grimes when it comes to the, distribution and everything and stuff like that. So it could help. I know it's one of those wait and see type situations we're in, man. I just think this is the year when it's all said and done for coaching staff, with Tibbs and the coaching staff. Something's gonna have to they're going to start producing some fruit from these trees.
Hey, but Soul Finger, this is the thing. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful now because now notice we're dodging blaming these players and now saying Brunson is gonna make everybody better.
Oh no!
So let's pause right there. So let's stop blaming everybody from producing what they produced, and say Jalen Brunson is going to make everybody better, right? Let's say Jalen Brunson is going to make everybody better.
Well, my thing.
But let me ask you this: where do you rank Jalen Brunson as an NBA point guard? Is he top 5?
Right off, would I say top 5? No, I would say top 5.
Is he top 10?
Let me think about it because I had to run down the list in my head. I'm trying to run down the list in my head. If not, because he hasn't been, because he played behind Luka, so that's going to be the thing. I'll put it like this. It's not me trying to dodge it. For us, he's going to be a top 10, period.
Okay.
For us, he's top 10, period. Because we haven't had anybody that can do what he can do.
But how does Brunson get the top 10? What would get him into the top 10 if he's not there right now? What will he improve on as a New York Knick in order to make him be a top 10 point guard?
For me, it's the, if he can help improve the team, help improve players. Now, I'm gonna shoot this back at you real quick as an answer because you had said something, or not an answer or a statement. It is on the players to improve themselves. They are in the hole where they got to do what the coach wants. Well, let's be honest. When you play the game, sometimes the coach wants you to do this, but you see the opportunity. And I'm not saying go against it, whatever. But it's been situations that you may have had to make a play that the coach didn't want you to go, but it worked the way it worked. That you saw that, and you have to go the way instead of going left, you went right, and it worked in your benefit because it wasn't working at that moment, but it normally would. But players got to take the time to improve themselves. They got to work on their game. If you know you can't hit an elephant in the ass with an ironing board from the free throw line, get on the court and work on your free throw shooting for hours upon hours upon hours.
Right.
That's what you have to do. If you have slow feet, guess what? Get that ladder. Do your footwork drills. If you can't, watch film. Go out there and break it down. If you need help, you go. There's resources for them. So it's on the players as well. Coaches got to help put them in a position. But the bulk of it, and I know what you're saying, Freeze. The bulk of it is on the player, for one. Because if you know you're deficient in something, well, go do it. If you're a bad rebounder, guess what? Work on your rebounder. They got the little cone you can throw in the doggone hoop, and you throw it and you go get rebounds. Right. There's drills. There are all kinds of things you can do, but you have to have the mental fortitude and the want and the desire to go do it and become better than what you are. That's on a lot of the player. Now with Brunson, what I'm saying about improving them is about putting them in the right place. Because the point guard can see the play. He's the floor general. If you have the right point, they can put your players in a better place to succeed. Because the coach want to run this play, but the play is breaking down and guys are getting lost. That point guard should be able to pull it out and calm everybody down and get them there. So if Mitch, what if Mitch is a double, becomes a double this season because of with Brunson, just saying without Spider. We didn't get Spider, but we still got Mitch, and Mitch is a double. I'm not gonna throw a number out, but he becomes a double. That to me would be an improvement. If the turnover ratio on the team drops, which I suspect it will, that's an improvement. Those are the things you have to look at. For me, I'm looking at the improvement overall. I'm just throwing out certain things. I'm not gonna go down and categorize because I don't have anything to sit up there and doing the research on it right now. Like I said, but these are things I'm just throwing out right off the top of the peanut, saying those are the things that can help.
Right. OG, you still there? Rob, you can hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Hey, my bad for cutting you, man. We didn't mean to cut you off, and then you disappeared. We was trying to.
I'm at work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was asking Rob, do you think of with having Bronson, would he be an improvement, help improve the team players, help with like the shortcomings with Grimes and some of the other players?
Most definitely. When you have a point guard, now you have one. That's automatically it should help. If it don't, is the problem.
Right. Hey, let me bring TWC in real quick. CWC is in the building. The Mask is back on a Friday morning. Good sir.
CWC, what's cracking, homeboy?
Oh boy, CWC froze.
He in the Matrix.
Oh, CWC, man, CWC. There we go. There we go. What's good, boss? Oh, he done froze up again. I'm gonna move him right here until he get ready. But so Soulfinger, I'm not begrudging anybody, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, especially panelists or nothing like that. What I'm saying is that when we do all these polls, we do all this stuff like is fire Tibbs, Randall body language, RJ inathletic, and then when you break down what other people do, we start making excuses.
Yeah, no. I'm tracking with you, Freeze. I'm tracking with you.
Right. It's like man, Randall missed 2 defensive assignments this year. Really? He missed 2 defensive assignments this year.
To be honest with you, Freeze, I actually enjoy this because we're talking about more than just the same thing and looking at the team as a whole, other than just Tibbs rotations as you talk about. Obi's trash. Randall should go, those type things. So we need to look at other players as well.
Right.
I like I said, I support the cast that's wearing the blue and orange. If you're on the squad, I support you. But nobody's on the team was without fault. Nobody.
Right. It's so what I'm getting at is the basic stuff. We overlook the basic stuff so that we can blame people we don't like.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson, for an impact player, and he is an impact player, he only plays 25 minutes a game. Right? 25 minutes, that's just over half the game. A game is 48 minutes, right? He plays 25 minutes. Half the game is 24 minutes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are crucifying Tom Thibodeau. Well, how can you crucify a guy that can't keep one of his best players on the floor because his best player can't stay on the floor for situations? Mitchell Robinson is a situational player that starts. What's good, CWC?
You know what, too? I think he get out the game, too, because he played the best defense. And he worked hard on defense on better than anybody on the team. So he's on rest.
Hey, CWC, you in the matrix,
that we good.
You got reverbs and backspin on that, bro.
Yeah, and
you in a bad spot, my man. You sound like Soundwave.
Yeah, you sound like Soundwave. You may as well sing Computer Love. Computer Love.
Hold up. I'll go to a different spot. Hold up.
Okay.
Don't kick me off.
No, I ain't gonna kick you off. I'm gonna just hold him right there because I ain't want him to.
Oh no, it's all good. But no, you right, please. Because if you break down, if you were to pull up stats from everybody, we can analyze and pick apart everybody's game on the team, even everybody's favorite player. And then it's situations where certain players. I mean, like I said, we talk a lot about, I talk a lot about free throws because there's a lot of games we lost because of that. But then it goes to our defense. You're talking about defense and who missed what missed what assignment. A lot to what Rob was saying is was true because Mitch is asked to do a lot defensively. He's known to be. You need him to be the eraser on a lot of stuff. And when you had again, last season was a really bad look. Because we were when it came down to defense, it was 3 on 7 a lot of times.
Yeah. Hey, Neville Humphrey said, "Hey, please stop rewriting history. It's annoying." Okay, I'm rewriting history. Neville Humphreys, you sound like a homer right now. Neville Humphreys, what I put up on the screen was absolutely 100% facts. And I showed you the source. I should not only showed you the data, I showed you the source that I got it from. What am I rewriting? How am I rewriting stuff? And I showed you the data and the source where I got it from. This is ridiculous. These are the type of conversations that we have. If you don't say, no lie, listen, man, I know what it is. I know what y'all want me to say, right? I know what some Knicks fans want me to say. Some Knicks fans want me to say I love everything that this 37-win team is doing. All we got to do is keep doing what we doing, and we gonna win the championship. Bro, this is not the Mighty Ducks. This is not Disney, bro.
Not the Mighty Ducks, please.
It's not the
You're wrong
Mighty
for
Ducks,
that,
bro.
Uncle
This
Freezy.
is not a Disney CWC. And how can I say that a flawed NBA player is a great player? CWC, you play ball, right?
Yeah. I'm the captain of my basketball team.
You play ball, right? Yo, what do you say to somebody that can't shoot free throws?
He can't be in the game at the fourth quarter.
Man, aim for the
He had to
backboard,
sit
bro.
down.
Right.
'Cause it's gonna be like
Aim for the square. Aim for the backboard. Go for that
Shaq
square.
and Fool. It's gonna be Shaq and Fool.
Right. And CWC, you've been knowing me for a couple of years now, right? Am I the type of person that's gonna lie to your face just so that we can be friends? Have I ever given you that impression that I'm just gonna sit here and lie to your face just so that we can be friends?
No, it's all about keeping it real. That's
Keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
Right, chat. What do y'all want me to do? Do you want me to lie to your face or be real with you? Do you want me to lie to you or respect you? Which one do you want?
And that's why Uncle Free. Oh, my bad. I thought you was done.
Now, I'm just asking the chat. Do you want me to lie to you or respect you? I respect you. I don't lie to you. If you want somebody that's gonna lie to your face, then I'm not that guy. I'm just not gonna do that. I respect y'all for being smart. That's why we have these in-depth conversations. I don't expect you to agree with me every time I say something, but I'm just like when I pulled up Mitchell Robinson's numbers. Those are facts. Those are historical records. Those are not some things I made up. I not only did I put out those numbers, I showed you the source where I got them from. I'll put it back up on the screen again. What do you want me to do? You want me to lie to your face, or do you want me to respect you? Right? I'm not getting ready to lie to your face. We too old for that. We've been through too much. You see the data right here from ESPN.com. It says regular season averages. It shows Mitchell Robinson's free throw percentages. 54% for his career. Last year he shot 48.6. And y'all want me to just lie and say that's a good number? No, that's not a good number. That's not. I'm not getting listen, I'm one of y'all. I'm not getting ready to pump y'all sunshine. I'm sorry. If you want me to pump you sunshine, you in the wrong place. What do you want? Do you want respect or lies?
Hey, see Uncle Freezy.
Go ahead, boss. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me? That's what I was saying. Last season, we need a stretch five, man. Like a Miles Turner. Miles Turner could hit free throws, and he had offensive game, and he could play defense.
Right.
So if you add that to the equation, we have center. Maybe Mitch will be our backup center. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, we had Jerkel Sims. He can hit free throws. And we got Mitch Robinson. They hit the same free throw. They hit like 50% free throws, man.
Right.
And you see what happened to that dude from Brooklyn, the center Plasko? You know how many free throws he missed in the playoffs?
Yeah, Claxton.
What?
Yeah.
He missed like 10 15 free throws.
Yeah, again, CWC is like I said, you got cats that can't hit an elephant in the ass with an ironing board, man. Excuse my French on it, but they can't, man. And free throws kill you, man. People may overlook them, some overlook them, but free throws are major in a game, and it dictates early in the game. You're getting hacked a lot early in the game, and you start hitting those free throws when you have those lulls in offense. Those free throws have padded you some until your offense can catch back up again. You know, you may have the game ebbs and flows. It stops, where you get on the scoring drought. Well, if you got a little padded cushion, that helps. But if you can't hit a free throw, man, that's horrible. Yeah. Again, we lost a grip of games because of free throws, and of course defense assignments in the offense, but free throws, man, free throws are killer.
Yeah,
Right.
How many, hey, freeze, fellas, even to the chat, how many games you seen in the playoffs or a championship game lost because of a missed free throw?
a lot.
A lot of people, some would say, well, you should never been in that position.
Right. Right. And just real quick, OG, real quick. And but OG says, but you incorrect on Mitch. Tibbs holding him back. Listen, I never said Tibbs wasn't holding him back. I said Tibbs is not playing him in crucial portions of the game because Mitch can't shoot free throws. And for one, it's one thing if you can't shoot them, right? But it's another thing if you never get there and you can't shoot them.
Yeah, that's a double negative.
Right. So even if you get there and miss them, the other team is racking up personal fouls. It's the Shaq theory. Even though Shaq can't shoot them, you fouling people out of the game, you get in the bonus, all this stuff. So even though Shaq missing, right? Even though Shaq missing, the other team big got 5 fouls. The bench guy got 5 fouls. You already in the bonus. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying? When you get the lead and you slightly bump Quickly, now Quickly can go to the line and shoot free throws because you're already over the bonus. But Mitch doesn't do that. Mitch is not a foul magnet. The thing I was showing y'all about Rudy Gobert is even though Rudy Gobert struggled with his free throws and got better and better over the years, he goes to the free throw line a lot. Like 6 times, 7 times a game for a big man. In a wider, think about this. He goes to the line 6 or 7 times a game in a 3-point era. We in a 3-point era, right? We in a wing player era, right? The best players in the game are not centers anymore. The best players in the games are guards and wing players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shooting the 3, wide open offense, up and down the floor, right? And Rudy Gobert is getting to the free throw line 6 or 7 times a game. Mitchell Robinson is getting to the free throw line 2.5. Y'all want me to keep it a buck? Let's keep it a buck, bro. Let's have some conversations. Let's do deep dives into this stuff. I don't want to. I know. Listen, I know it's other YouTubers and channels out there that they do little things. They, you know what I'm saying? They mad because Donovan Mitchell ain't here yet. And me too. But I'm not going to rock every day and talk about the same thing over and over when there's no resolution to it.
Let that go.
No new information. Yeah.
Let that go, man. Let that go for right now. It's the same thing. We're talking in circles waiting. But like you said, I say Freezy, do it. You know, you should do a deep dive on the Knicks team as a team as a whole, and certain players that don't get the shine because we got the ire is either on Randall and his play, his thumbs down slapping laptops. Obi is a rim runner. He don't play defense and he runs down the court. And he's not getting minutes. You know, RJ don't use his right. He only goes left. A lot of times on that, I'm like this here with a player. They say he only goes on one side. Well, until you stop him and he can make the point, then hey, it is what it is. You know, you like to see him do something else, but if you can't stop it, hey, why fix what's not broken?
Yeah.
But the other thing is, just look at the other players. Like you said, we didn't, other than talk about, look at what Mitch is. Hey, we said it before. Mitch is a hell of a defensive player, but offensively, he's not a weapon you can totally use because he gets a lot of putbacks. Right. Every now and again, you see him get a lob pass or somebody get it into him. He can try to get it in. But when you brought up, and I didn't even know those stats that you brought up like that his free throws was 50%. And he
less than 50%. Yeah.
But when he gets to the
line, I think it was 49%.
Right.
But when he gets to the line, he can't hit a free throw. That's a double negative. And I love, and don't get me wrong, I love me some Mitch. I like that defense what he brings. When I first saw him, this rookie season, I was like, man, this kid's gonna be all right because of what he can do. You work with him, you can have something.
Yes.
Now the other thing too, again, is on the players. And I'm gonna say, since we're saying right now, Randall was the number one guy. From Randall all the way down to Obi or Deuce. They all got to be held accountable for their own off-season workouts and everything.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse because you're in the NBA. There's access. There's you have access, and I went blank for the word I have. I'm having a senior moment, but there's things you can do. There are people you can go to. Hell, Akeem, big man, or anybody. Everybody duly know that Akeem does workouts.
Right.
You know, you had Rasheed, not Rasheed, but Rasheed Wallace. You got Rasheed Wallace. He works guys out. Hell, right. The NBA is supposed to be a brotherhood, right? It's a brotherhood. You got a lot of these great ones that can help you. You got trainers. You got whatever. Look, man, you got to do it on yourself. And he said, well, they don't always have all the money, but you know what? You have access to the facilities.
Yeah. Hey, man, and just real quick, everybody, yo, it's a bunch of fire comments in the chat. It's a bunch of fire comments in the chat, and I'm trying to get to them and balance it out.
I seen some because Bodega.
I'm putting stars by him, bro.
Yeah, Bodega, Allah Wise. You know, Allah Wise always said was my man, the voice of truth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but
hey, guys, how can y'all look at the chat? What you have to press to look at the chat?
Hey, so where you at is so you looking at the backstage stuff. Click on the other tab. Go to the top of it and click the other tab. You see it? Well, what you're looking at is the private chat. Click on the normal chat, and you'll be able to see it.
Oh, I see camera setting and chat. So I hit chat.
Chat. Yep. And then in there you'll see where you can. But let me just real quick. Let me go through some of these comments real quick, just to further the conversation. So one of them I started was Sherwin said, "How many shots does Mitch take per game?" Right? And then Bodega says, "Everyone deserves criticism. The entire team. Stop with the scapegoats. This is a lingering generational problem."
Yes. Yes.
Them.
Hey, that one need to be highlighted, Freeze, right there. That's what we're saying, man. Because come on, let's be honest, man. We got to quit scapegoating one or two players and look at the team as a whole.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, as a team as a whole, Randall has his faults, but you know what? He's easy to beat up on. Why? Because he's the guy that we brought in. Again, a lot of people don't like Randall because they just don't like Randall.
Right. They just don't like Randall.
Yeah, just don't like Randall. You got others that don't like Obi because they wanted a point guard or wanted somebody else or whatever other reason. They got infatuation. It's just always something. But you look at the team as a whole, man. The whole team has fault.
Right. And just real quick. So Ryan S says, "Stop thinking the players on this team are great. Also, Mitch needs to be Shaq and get to the free throw line." Nah, man. What we say?
You need to work on his free throws.
Yeah. It's some of the stuff. What I'm saying, what I'm pointing out is what I'm pointing out to you guys. Wisdom, what's good? How you doing?
I'm
Wiz,
great,
can you hear us?
What's up, guard?
Great to see you, sir. How are you guys doing? I love it. I saw the fire coming, so I want to be a firefighter. So I got ready to put out some fires.
Does that mean here comes the smoke? Hey, y'all, it's a bunch of great comments in the chat. I'm sorry I can't get to them fast enough, bro. The conversation is fire. Y'all keep up what y'all doing, man. Sherwin says, Mitch takes 5 shots per game in his career. Gobert takes 7.7, right? I get that. I get that.
I got something for you. Can I say this real quick before you read one? How about we stop always looking at our players and comparing them and saying, I wish we had more so this player, and look at what we got at a time and work with what we got at time. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because sometimes, and granted, so I don't know who somebody said it on your show because I was listening. They were saying that you got your lady and she's cold. She's a cold piece, but you looking at your homeboys like, man, she's even colder. But you got a cold piece right here. Now, I'm not saying that all our players are cold pieces. What I'm saying is we got something to work with. We have foundational pieces. We just haven't gotten that transitional superstar yet. But you can build your foundation and then work the pieces you have to get other pieces to come in. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Right, and the thing about the superstar that you get, bro. What I'm getting at is no matter who you get as a superstar, no one superstar wins a championship by himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't care if y'all. Hey, Sarge, do you remember a dude named Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh yes, very well. Yeah.
You remember how great he was? You remember a season he averaged 50 points a game and 30 rebounds, right?
Rebounds. Yep.
And guess what? He did not win a championship that year.
Exactly.
You remember a dude named Bill Russell?
I think slightly, yeah.
Rest in peace,
Slightly.
man.
Just a little bit. I kind of remember, sort of, kind of.
Right. Bill Russell was a great NBA player, maybe top 20 player of all time. Did y'all know that on that same team during that same era, the Celtics had 6 Hall of Famers with Bill Russell?
Mm-hmm.
You can only start 5 players. They had 6 Hall of Famers,
Right.
including Russell.
Exactly.
Right. And y'all remember a dude named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah, I think.
My
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
My
Right.
God.
Y'all know
Lou
he
Alcindor.
won MVP of the league, right? He won MVP of the league numerous times, right? Who was the greatest point guard that he ever played with? Think about this. The greatest point guard he played with in the
Magic.
world.
I think of Houdini. Who's Houdini? What does Houdini do? Houdini's
Magic
magician,
Johnson.
right?
You would say it's Magic, right?
Yeah.
I could almost say it was Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson, yeah, the big O. He sure did. He
Big O,
Right?
He surely did.
No
Better than
matter
Magic?
what star, yeah, I mean, but it's comparable. No matter which one you take, both of them are great.
You're not losing.
Right.
What you pick, you're not losing.
Y'all remember Dr. J? Y'all remember a dude named Dr. J?
Yeah.
Julius surveying.
Yeah,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
remember Dr. J was great, right? With the Sixers. Y'all, you know who Dr. J played with in his career? Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, Charles Barkley. Come on, bro.
Rivers.
What are we talking about? So what I'm getting at is even when Donovan Mitchell come here, the rest of the roster has to step up their game. We can't make excuses and play the blame game. Pick out a scapegoat. When Donovan Mitchell get here, Quentin Grimes got to step up his free throw percentage and be able to play make. He can't be 20 minutes a game and 1 assist. That's ridiculous. So you play 17 minutes a game and average 1 assist.
That's yeah.
And you're a guard?
Well, for Freezy, that's why the summer league. That's why he was practicing that in the summer league, taking people off the dribble.
And I will give him this though, Freeze. I've been some reading up, and he's been working with Penny Hardaway. So you're reaching out using your resources, which I was saying to better. He wants to better himself. So you got somebody like Penny Hardaway. And what was Penny Hardaway?
Point guard.
What can Penny Hardaway do? Not only but score, but learn how to distribute the ball, teach him how the angles and everything. And that's what a lot of these young cats need. These other cats need to do. You reach back in Arkansas. Only thing that knocked out Penny Hardaway, if it wasn't for the knees, man, we'd be talking about Penny Hardaway in a whole different light.
In a whole different light. You know what? I think he would have been an innovator. I think all 6-7 guys would have been trying to be point guards right now because of Penny. Right? And so just real quick, just one other thing that I wanted to get to is we scapegoat as Knicks fans, we scapegoat a lot of stuff, right? And listen, guys, I'm not here to shoot y'all the gas. Listen, Diamond, I ain't come on here to tell you no lies. Ryan S., I ain't come on here to lie to y'all and throw honey on doo-doo. I ain't doing that. A pile of doo-doo in my eyes is a pile of doo-doo. Period. And I'm not gonna throw honey on it and call it dessert. Right? I ain't ready to do that. Right? And a pile of doo-doo in y'all eyes is a pile of doo-doo in y'all eyes, and y'all not get ready to throw honey on it and tell me it's dessert. Nah. What we gonna do is keep it a buck every day. Right? What I'm getting at ultimately is even when we get Donovan Mitchell, the rest of the roster has to step their game up. You feel me? It's not just because I've been the narrative all season is, man, even when we do get Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle mentally got to buy into. Now come on, man. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy, man. It's more than Randle on this team. What's going to happen with Emmanuel Quickly? What's going to happen with RJ? We talking about Julius Randle's feelings being hurt if we get Donovan Mitchell. Are you serious? I wish there was anybody on the panel play basketball a lot.
Right here, baby. Right here.
Yo, CWC. Do you want to be on a bad team where you on a team by yourself and you constantly losing, or do you want to be on a team with a bunch of ball players?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, I love you got a cat that's out there talking. He's out there scoring all over the place, but the team ain't winning. That's doing it all. The team ain't winning. But you have a team of players, and you may have some really good players on the team, but they say they play within a certain means or whatever as a team.
Right.
That's how a team can win it all. You have a great player that can help push you over. You need that bucket, they go get it. You need that stop, he can go do that. But you need a team. That's why I always talked about San Antonio in there because they had Tim Duncan, but you had a team around Tim Duncan. You had players, and that's only the one thing is we in time. Like I said, I'm at a point right now, Freeze. We're going to get that piece that we all been wanting, that we all been asking for. We're going to get it, but we don't need, and when we do, that'll be then. We're just gonna get that piece. Let me just put it like that, man. I just know we're gonna get that piece. I actually like the direction and how the things are going because we're in an undiscovered country, something new. We're in a position of when the last time you seen the Knicks in a position of power? Somebody said, "Well, how are we in a position of power?" Well, we can go out. We got assets. We can go in dibbling, dabbling, and stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, and so finger. What I'm getting at too is, I know I keep hammering the point home. But even Michael Jordan had help.
He did because, come on, Freezer, when he was dropping 63 on Boston, he was still losing.
He was still losing by himself.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Like even CWC, when CWC go out there and play, and he out there on the court by himself, maybe scoring 15, 16 points a game by himself, losing by 13, he mad because he don't have no help. Right? He need other people to step up. CWC going to his big boy, like, big boy, you got to rebound, bro. What you doing?
Yeah.
And that's why I go to the park to, how you peep. I go to the park to scope out people on the basketball court. That's what I do, and I put them on my team. I need a center. I need a point guard. I need all of that, wing player, and I get their numbers at the end of the game. And that's when we go practice. And that's how you become a team. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I pick ballers. If you want to ball, let's ball.
Good.
What'd you say about that, Wisdom? What you say about that, bro?
I'm just saying, when you're picking a squad and you have, there are 8 guys, you're another guy picking a squad, what do you do? You pick the worst guys first? You start going for the best guys, You don't go, oh, let me get when especially when LeBron and KD were picking the All-Star squad, he didn't go down from the bottom up, you went from the top down. And you always go for the best players. You don't try to pick guys who are just average or below average, especially when I have the opportunity to get the best guys. I've never seen us look at a player and go, I know he's good, but I don't want him right now. I know he's an all-star, but we don't want him. Let's keep these, unknown, let's say potentially good players, and wait to see if they become good enough to win us a chip. You go for the chip, man. There's no question about that. So I do see people who actually don't check their biases about players. And that's something that we all have, So, yes, it's difficult sometimes to recognize that, man, I just never liked, Randall because X. Or in the case of, for me and RJ, I didn't like RJ Paul because I thought we could have traded that pick and gotten 2 later first rounders that could have been better. And right away, I'm like, I've also thought too much pressure for him to be number 3 with those 2 generational talents ahead of him, and expect him to actually respond, especially in New York, up to the standard we expect, because you can't go Zion, Ja, and then this guy's going to become good someday. When those two guys going to walk in the league exploding, and in New York City. So as always, a little bit for his own protection, but also for my thought process was there's no one at number 3 that's going to make us not keep looking back at that draft and going, wow, look what we just missed. So, it's just interesting. Also, the fact is, I want you to lie to me, Freezy. I want you to stop calling my players ham sandwiches. Once in a while, say, that guy looks like he could be a mistake.
Wow,
hey, how
go
about
from
this?
ham to steak? Wow.
Hey, how about this one? Hey, how about this one? So, how about he's a corned beef sandwich, man? Would that be better? Corned beef?
That's not bad. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hardwill. If you want to play me one-on-one, let me know, man. We could get it popping.
That's
a
it.
dish, a ham dish. Say, okay,
we're gonna make a 5-on-5. Get me involved. I'm in. I'm in. Broken rib and all. I'm in.
Yep. With chips and soda. Said that's Hardwill said with chips and soda, $5.99 special. Yeah,
I'm a beast on the court.
Chips and soda. Oh man, but yeah, I'm looking back and yes, I don't know why.
So OG says Wiz. OG says I don't check my biases. OG says Freezy don't check his biases. That's who you talking about? Now, how am I showing bias when I put stats on the screen and showed you the source?
Exactly.
How's that bias?
Exactly.
Those are facts.
It's not bias.
Yeah.
That's not bias.
That's like somebody showing. That's like me showing you somebody's birth certificate. That's not a bias. Oh, you only like dudes from 1960s. No, just because they was born in the 60s means they were just born in the 60s. That's all that means. Right?
Exactly.
That's like looking at somebody's driver's license. Hey, here go my driver's license. Oh, you biased. A bias about what? It's a driver's license. These are facts. These are facts. This is none of this stuff is made up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, OG. OG, you got to come stronger than that, OG. Come on, OG. I know you got something better than that.
Because one of my biases is I like a running team. I love Showtime. So when I saw Obi, no matter what, if Randall does not sprint up the court, I'm going to be like, man, I'd rather have Obi because I want a running team. So that is a bias I have. I'm not a huge fan of slowing the game down. I don't want to win.
Oh, CWC.
I mean, I'm not going to say turn it down. I don't want to win 84-80 games. I don't. Right. I also don't want to win 145 to 130 games either. Try to outscore everybody like the Nets were doing. But I want an exciting running of exciting game. I like athletes on the team. I like athletic. I like to see a couple guys explode off the floor,
right? Both
ways, defensively or offensively. Again, CP3, brilliant point guard, but would he be my number one point guard if I could have? Ja. Initially, I would lean to Ja, but of course, if I want to win, I know I got to do CP3. So I check my bias right there and recognize, oh man, right now, or let's say 5 years ago, when CP3 had this, relatively still in his prime, a little bit better, I was like, okay, it's nice, but man, if that guy could get, jam that ball at some guys once in a while, oh man, I'd love to see that. Yeah, but at the same time, like, but he's gonna give me a ring? Yes, he will. Sign him up. That's why Brunson is tough for me to accept. I want a taller, more athletic point guard, but also know right now he's the point guard that's going to right this ship and get us in the right direction with the right culture, with the right attitude, everything that we need right now to start thinking like winners. So, Fox right now is a little bit more athletic. He's faster, obviously, but Fox, I don't think can replace Brunson in what the team needs right now. Even though I want him next to, Obi and IQ sprinting out of court, and we just have another, little minute showtime, East Coast showtime.
Okay.
Side note.
See, my thing is like this. I'm like I said, I'm sitting back. I'm not, I changed a lot of my thinking, a lot of my ways, because like I said, with more information, you change your way of thinking, and
You should.
yeah, that's I consider it called growth between
Right.
you, Freezy, and cats here on the panel, cats I talk to offline. When I talk to Run, and my man, Wise and DSJ, they put things on there like, I didn't see it that way. Hold on, let me step back and look at this. I'm like, yeah, that makes more sense. Oh yeah, that is right. That is correct. So I like to look at things as a whole. I like to look at things as a whole, not just one personal, not one little situation. I try to look at it as a whole. Excuse me. What I've done more now is starting to try to do more of a deeper dive. And that's thanks to you, Freeze, and our man Run, still Knicks.
Yeah, Ron.
Yeah, and the way that you guys break things down, because now you want to look at, before just looking at things for face value instead of looking behind that curtain, and you got to look at some things within, taking account what's going on behind the scenes. But this is the difference with this squad, this team, this organization. A lot of the things we're not privy to like before. It's not an open book, so you got to, a lot of things are done through speculation. And that drives a lot of fans crazy as well. Drive all of us crazy, but a
Right.
big number of us crazy. And I'm actually cool with it because it's something new, something different, and the media is the one making up a lot of these narratives. I mean, they have always made up narratives when it comes to the Knicks and when it comes to players. I just say, just as a fan, just me, I'm not trying to put another player on my squad on this team against one another. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna look at their deficiencies and look at what they can do, and look at them trying to improve it. Hey, if you don't improve on your on something, and you're not willing to, and you can see that they're not doing it. Hey, maybe this ain't fit for you, partner. You got to keep it pushing. That's all. I just
Absolutely. Actually, we gotta look at our trauma also. PTSD with the past.
Oh man, yeah.
Obviously,
Those of us look. Some of us, a lot of us. Hey, coach. I mean, son. You've been around long enough. CWC. You've been around long enough. You went through those good old days and all like that for some of us. Like I said, I was only a few months old. I was only a few months old when they won the last championships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you with that,
You
man.
got some that were
I want to
born.
win, man.
Yeah, we got some in the Knicks Nation that never just was born during the travesties, the Barnyarny era and stuff like that, man. You got people like the born around them times, man. I mean, the came when Pat got traded and stuff. You got some don't even remember Streetwell was some old born when Streetwell got traded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When John Starks got traded, they don't remember some of those players in New York like that. So you got people like that. So only thing some notice, just the losing organization, man. They don't remember when we had a time, whatever.
Yeah, everybody just need to work on their game in the off season. Work on your weakness. You know what I mean? Like Mitch, work on your free throw. Sim, work on your free throw. IQ, work on your selections of shots that you take
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to work on everything,
Right.
So.
And then, but the aspect also about criticism, I mean, constructive criticism or observation about players, even with our own biases. What's actually wrong with that? I mean, to a certain extent, these are professionals. You expect to hear things that people may not like about you, and some of them know their own flaw in their game or their coaching style. I mean, Tibbs admitted one of his flaws, so they know what it is quite often. And if they don't know it, if they hear it, maybe they'll look at it, and that's nothing wrong with that either, because that helps everybody to go, wow, should I improve in that area? Or the aspect of, he only has one real move, or he only goes left. That's another thing that, obviously, wish a guy, is ambidextrous, but also because one guy I know he only had one real dominant shot, but someone kept scoring. I don't know if you know this guy that you mentioned earlier. Back in college at UCLA, they call him Lou Alcindor. So he had, a nice little shot, a little sky hook. And he kept doing it over and over again. but no one could stop it. So why would he stop taking it?
You know, my thing is my thing is this. I'm just me. I try to be as everybody's biased to a degree. Everybody, even me. I like I said, I can say it for me. I'm trying. I try to check my biases. I am to a degree on some things, but I try to be as even. I try to be in the middle as much as I possible. Be even keel as much as possible when it comes to things, especially when it comes to the team. Because I was one of those same fans would have a fit, man. I have be upset, be mad at the world and everything, man. Don't talk to me. I won't talk to you. You know, over a loss or whatever. You know, or just what just the way it was. But I had to calm down. I was like, it ain't doing myself any good. You know, because I'm looking at things on the one side, looking at one-sided. Now only so, and due to all the heartbreak, like I said, man, I'm still at 94. I'm still recovering from that, man.
Yeah,
I'm still recovering from that.
Yeah.
But the thing is I do like where the direction we've gone, man. We got money, we got picks. You know, you got assets you can move around. I can't remember the first time we had. I can say that. I can't remember the first time we said that, man. We ever had that.
Right. Now, interestingly, and I remember when the one time I did mention a certain Charles from the 90s and that play, and then
that Charles was not in charge on that play.
But for some reason, though, I wasn't traumatized by it because I'm super optimistic. So I was just looking at the fact that, man, we made it that far. We made it because I became a Knicks fan, like I said, 75. So I missed the championships. Then I went through the droughts of not making the playoffs, and then watching Bernard King be, my favorite player, gone, and I'm like, oh man. And then watching Magic and Bird come in the league, and then Bad Boys, and I'm like, look at them, and then Akeem coming in, and I'm like, everybody's getting good. And I started to say, wait a second, we're in the playoffs. We're winning the first round. We go to the finals. The only team that stopped us the most often was that guy named, what's his name, Michael Jordan.
But he shot he hurt a lot of people in the league, but it was just us that felt, because we felt. See, this is the thing, man. If you really look at it, when it came down to it, we felt like we weren't scared. Everybody else was scared of him. We weren't. We were like, all right, come on up in here. I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna put some wood on your backside.
Exactly.
Come on up in here. That's what it was, man. I ain't scared of you. Check this out, partner. You gonna come up in here. You gonna feel me. And that's what we did. We went out there, and we didn't have a lot of skilled players, but them boys played with, man, them cats played with effort, heart. They left it out there, man. And it was no fear. And then, like I said, they represented the city. Right. I'm not from the city, but I love the Knicks, man. I'm not from the city, but I love the Knicks. And look, I'm gonna tell you, when I used to watch the games, I'm up at Camp Pendleton. I was staying up in Oceanside in the apartment. I'm watching the games up in Oceanside.
Yeah.
And you could feel the energy coming through the TV.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing in the world like hearing the Garden rocking. When you hear the organ playing and the crowd chanting defense.
Right.
Defense. Bro, there ain't nothing in the world like that feeling.
Nothing.
Now, for all of you that were blessed to be there in the Garden and feel it anytime, it's already electric there. But I'm saying to be on the other side of the country and feel that same energy. I got one better: to be on deployment and watch a game on A-Farts. If you know, if
Hey guys.
Hey man.
Hey guys, I'm about to go. My phone about to be dead. One thing, Uncle Freezy, I saw you on your other show, and I saw a film show, and I know y'all talk about Grimes. Yeah, I think Grimes holding up the deal or something like that. What I heard, check this out. What I heard is not Grimes holding up the deal. It's New York Knicks don't want to give up the unprotected, like 4 unprotected to the Jazz or something like that. So it's not Grimes, it's the unprotected picks that the Jazz want, and the Knicks ain't giving it to them. Yeah, that's what I want to throw in there for y'all.
Cool.
All right, guys.
All right, man. How's that phone?
All right, boss.
All right, peace.
Actually, when you mentioned Pendleton, I was out there at 29 Palms, the stumps out in the desert, middle of nowhere, with no
Yeah,
life
but hey,
around.
that was my first duty station.
Yo, man, I waited for him to get clearance, tough clearance for my the MOS, and I was like there for a couple of weeks, and that sun was hot, and you had nothing to do really if you weren't training, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get start training, so I get some some reps. And then they told me, "Oh man, we couldn't get you top secret clearance because I was Jamaican. They needed me to be an American citizen at the time. I was a citizen."
Yeah.
And they go, "Okay, we gotta switch to another MOS." And sent me to Pendleton, and man, I saw the trees that I saw,
Man, and it
women
beautiful.
and the hills.
Hey.
And I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like in paradise. So to me, I was happy. Some people have been, we're like, "Oh man, I miss our MOS." I'm like, "Man, I was in paradise." So that's kind of how I feel with these Knicks.
Man,
You don't
look, yeah.
realize
And look,
what you got until you don't have it.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, the best thing about 29 Palms, Star?
What's that?
Seeing in your rearview mirror.
Oh. Yep, exactly.
Man,
exactly.
look, the two hottest duty stations I've ever been, hottest places I've ever been was 29 Palms and Fort Jackson.
Wow.
Man, yeah, man, those are the two hottest places I've been here in the States, man. That made no sense, man.
Paris Island was no joke either, but that was, I was in Paris Island June, July, August. So I felt that heat with that sand fleas and stuff, man.
Oh yeah, see, I haven't been. I wasn't in Lejeune. I was on the west side the whole time.
You're Hollywood Marine. You're Hollywood Marine. You did the Mount.
Well, now actually, I'm a doc.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm a doc.
Yeah.
So when y'all came crying about blisters on your feet on a hump, I can't rest. I gotta patch y'all up. And
don't say crying, man. Freezes on.
Hey,
don't say crying. Marines don't cry.
Man.
When we came to inform you.
Hey, look, hey, I'm telling you from the doc point of view, and I love my devil dogs, but man, I've seen some crocodile tears, man. Cats be up there falling out. And don't get me talking about giving shots how them cats be passing out. Hey, Freeze.
Yeah.
Freeze, you know how you had it, you go to church, you had that one sister that the preacher get to preaching and they jump up, get happy, and they fall out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I seen so many devil dogs fall out like that over a needle.
Yeah.
They just fall out. Oh.
Yeah.
Be the hardest thing out the tattoo from the neck to the pinky toe.
Right.
Hard, talking all that noise with dip, pull out a needle, they fall out. Oh Lord.
Pass out.
Well, yeah,
hey,
man.
so guys, when I was getting at about the Mitchell Robinson thing, though, the Mitchell Robinson thing, what I'm getting at with that, and I wish OG was here, but OG is at work, right? What I was getting at is, in order for Mitchell Robinson to earn that $15 million a year that he's being paid, he has to be more of a factor, right? 8-8 on $15 million a year, that ain't gonna do it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can go get JaVale McGee to do that for a fifth of that, right? What we need Mitch to do is be more of a factor offensively. Catch the ball because listen, ultimately, what happens is people complain about RJ Barrett and Julius Randle shots from three, right? And everybody else say, "Oh man, we can't shoot the three." And blah, blah,
hold
blah.
on, real quick.
And
Sherman talking about how. Hey, where were you? Because I know Sherman said he was in, but Sherman was probably like a. What was your MO? What was your NEC or MO West, Sherman? Because he talking about that. He probably talking like he did something, but his best friend was a corner because he talking about the picket checker. I know he was up there, the main one in line, trying to get out of that duty and all like that. Oh, QM, man, get out of here, man. Hey man, get out of here. You talking about he was a QM. So you sit up there, you hung over the side of the ship a lot too. Chipping paint, busting rust, all like that. Man, get out of here. You ain't even sailor, man. Look, if the real sailors, a lot of the real sailors, man, got down was in deck and engineering and in us 8404 cats. Get out of here, quartermaster. I got love for quartermaster, but I bet you was a cat that was sitting over there painting lines on the back of the ship.
that's G-Man too. I think G-Man too was along, but but we Army, so we actually work for a living.
See, Navy quartermaster, they drove the ship, did navigation. He didn't do nothing. Only time you really worked was when the ship was out to sea, and you had to do your duty, your 6 on, 6 off, and all like that, and sit up to get yelled at the captain when you ain't doing get yelled at the conning officer and all like that. That's what he did. That's basically what he did. You know, on the charts and did his drawing and all like that. But it was the Q&1s that did the work. If you underneath the Q&1, you was out there running around with papers and doing your cleaning out the berthing and shining the brass and working the mess deck, asking serving you food and all like that. Hey, come on with it. Come on with it.
Yep. Oh, man.
I can come with it because I was dual qual, partner. I ain't talking about just surface warfare. I'm talking about Fleet Marine Force and surface warfare. I did it both.
Yep. These kids are like sand fleas. Oh yeah, they know what sand fleas are in Paris Island. Oh yeah, they're
Bodega Wi-Fi. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say this right here because when I did go over, I was with I linked up because I was with MWS 373 out of Miramar, but we linked up with Third ID. So I was out there with them once before. But Fort Jackson, if somebody said, "Well, I'll give you $100,000 to sleep in a tent for a week in Fort Jackson," I say I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Fort Jackson, that's over here where I'm at.
Yeah, man, please.
So,
man, how you gonna have a wet T-shirt contest and you wearing camis?
Yeah, it's humidity, brother.
But man, look, and I'm from the boot. I thought I knew what it was, man. The only other place I knew with humidity just as bad as that was Thailand. Thailand and Singapore. Playing golf over in Singapore, and the humidity was like a kung fu flick because you were dodging the clubs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cause your hand. Yeah.
Yo, you guys like Oladipo?
Yeah, and he signed back with Miami, right?
Yeah, man, he's looking good. I was like that, Pat, man.
Yeah,
I was like Oladipo.
Yeah, I like Oladipo, bro. But I think he re-signed with Miami. But me and let me get to this thing though. Let me get back to this Knicks thing, man.
Yep.
Even if we get Donovan Mitchell, bro, you got to have other people step up on this team. Like you got to have the Quentin Grimeses of the world, the RJ Barretts of the world, patch up the holes in their game, right? We can't like even a Mitchell Robinson who is not an impact player offensively, and it's the reason why we can't shoot the three. The reason why is because we can't spread the floor because everybody is always covered because nobody is threatening the rim, right? And when you drive to the rim, the dude that's there is not a threat to do anything except dunk, right? So if he's 8 feet away from the rim, all he did was drag his man into the paint. Now RJ Barrett goes to the paint to try to finish and he can't. Alec Burks going to the rim to try to finish and he can't. Julius Randle going to the rim to try to finish and he can't because there's too many defenders down there, bro. And basically you saw it in Summer League. People were like, man, Miles McBride can't get to the rim. Well, part of that had to do with Jericho Sims not being a threat to do anything outside of 10 feet.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that goes into this, and I think that's the reason why they signed Isaiah Hartenstein.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. It's really a lot to unpack, Freezy, and you could use this time, the off season to unpack these type things and bring more stuff to light to look at and break down, and analyze, because there's more to it. Do it if you do a deep dive, especially when you have the stats to prove a lot of what you're saying. And it's no disparage. I'm not talking bad about it, but about Mitch, because like I said, everybody has a shortcomings. I like Mitch. I would like to see him be able to have more of an offensive bag. I'm not asking for him to shoot threes. I don't want that. I want, to be able to count on him. Hey, when he gets fouled, knock those free throws down. Even if he missed the bucket, knock the free throws down, baby.
Right.
Or
at least one of them. When you go to the line, can you at least hit one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just have it not be an empty trip?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. And it was one of them things where Mitch is a streaky free throw shooter. Sometimes he'll hit 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 2 for 2. You'll see a game where Mitch Robinson is say 5 for 7 from the free throw line, right? But if he's 5 for 7 today, tomorrow he's gonna be 1 for 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
too.
Hey guys, let me wrap up right here. I'm gonna get out of here right here. Hey Sarge, I'm gonna do Knicks 360 today, probably around 6 or so. Can you hang out?
Definitely, yes.
Hey, Soulfinger, it was good to see you, boss.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to try to reach out and hit you. You like, I told you, Freezer, you like James Brown. I think you related to James Brown, the hardest working man in the pod world.
Hey, we trying, bro. We trying to do our thing. But guys and gals, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with us. We're gonna do Knicks 360. Man, maybe like 6 or 7-ish. Then sometime in that afternoon window. And then we're gonna do the Knicks at Night podcast tonight definitely at 11. No doubt. Make sure y'all tune in for the Knicks at Night podcast. I got some stuff that I want to talk to y'all about. It's about 3-point shooting and how the Knicks can get into the top 5 of 3-point shooting with the number of attempts and the field goal percentage. I got a breakdown thing that I've been working on for a few days, and that's how we're going to get into the top 10 of offense. Anyway, I will check y'all out on Knicks 360 in a few hours. Peace, y'all.
All right, now.
Yo, for more in-depth Knicks conversations and more Uncle Freezy one-on-one time, consider being a Patreon. The link to